Hello, Mandy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Just my volume. Can I get your student please?
Yes, I am typing it in the chat right now.
And text it.
Okay.
Please, is a system. TESL 343, right?
Yes.
And are you working on the same assignment as before or something different?
I'm doing the the self-reflection. The refill.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the self-reflection.
Yeah.
Have you started it yet?
I didn't start it yet, but like I received the my classmate ones too, so I was just like, oh, see what I was gonna add. I didn't start the paper for the part 5.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I haven't started it either. I'm gonna wait until maybe after Sunday or something, or maybe on Sunday. That's when I'm gonna start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's get this started. So, how do you want to do this? Do you want to share the instructions with me or something?
Yeah, I'll show you the instructions.
Because I haven't even looked at it. Hey, do me a favor.
Yes.
Read the first paragraph right there.
Okay. This is the last step in the term project development process. It is worth 10%, 20 points of the course grade, and it is due no later than Sunday, November 26th, 23 at 11:59 in D2L in the term project part 5 folders under assignments tab.
All right, so do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna remind you, like I've reminded you in the past, don't be late.
Yeah.
Okay? Even if you feel like you're not ready to turn it in, if you feel like it's not exactly the way you want it, trust me, you're gonna lose more points, for every day than the few amount of points that you get, just by correcting some minor mistakes. Okay, you wanna go with the option that's gonna get you the highest. And that option is just turning it in on time. You feel ready or not.
Yes.
Now, this assignment, do me a favor, read just the first paragraph under the first assignment. Okay.
Okay. One frequently mentioned technique in the authentic/alternative assessment arena is the use of self and peer assessments of portfolios. While we don't have a portfolio to assess, we do have the completed term projects. Given those projects, we are going to try this out.
Okay, pause. Let's see. Okay, that's just this introduction paragraph to the explanations. All right, so following so far? Okay, scroll down a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay, just because I want to get those bullet points. Okay. Okay. Now, starting with the word first, read that next paragraph, but don't start reading the bullet points just yet. Just that next paragraph.
Okay. First, as soon as you have completed project part 4, you are free to begin a self-assessment of your project. The first deliverable for you is a 1 or 2 page single-space assessment of the following.
Okay. All right. Now, he's starting to get to the explanation of what he expects from us. This assignment. Okay. First part being to assess this. First thing we need to do is take a 1 2 page single spaced assessment of the following.
Yes.
So all these bullet points that follow down below that has to do with the 1 or 2 page assessment of whatever's assigned. He sent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, let's continue. Let's do this one bullet point at a time, okay? So go ahead and read A.
How well did your assessment measure the accomplishment of your objectives?
Okay. So how well did your assessment measure the accomplishment of objectives? How well did your assessment measure the accomplishment of objectives? Okay. I believe that means that you need to look at the term project of the anonymous student that was sent to you. And you need to look at the assessment that the student created, the test, with all the test items. And then you need to decide whether the assessment actually measured what it was supposed to measure according to the anonymous student's objectives. Good.
Yes.
So this little section right here, just give you're supposed to give your opinion, your insight. I mean, do you think that assessment that the student created successfully completed what it was supposed to complete? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to bullet point B. Go ahead and read it.
Okay. How well did your assessment fulfill the purpose that you had for your assessment?
What's the difference between B? See, how well did your assessment measure the accomplishment of your objectives? That's A. B. How well did your assessment fulfill the purpose that you had? How well did your assessment measure the accomplishment of objectives that your assessment Okay, this
Yes.
is quite confusing, but I believe bullet point B, how well did your assessment measure the accomplishment of objectives? I believe bullet point B has to do with the assessment successfully measured how well the students material from the lesson that led up to the assessment. Does that make sense?
Can you repeat what you said?
So I think letter A, how well did your assessment measure the accomplishment of your objectives? I believe that has to do with how well does the assessment measure the student's knowledge that he gained from the lesson and activities.
Okay.
In your lesson. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then letter B, how well did your assessment fulfill the purpose that you have for your assessment? God, did you let these
Mm-hmm.
How well did your assessment fulfill the purpose that you had for your assessment? You know what? We're going to have to contact John Harper
Mm-hmm.
and ask him what the difference is
Okay.
because right now I'm having to figure. I don't want to make a guess
Yes. Okay.
because if I make a guess,
Mm-hmm.
so it's better if we contact him,
Okay.
find out from him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Rate how well your assessment letters. Rate how well your assessment psychometric criteria from 1 to 5 as we did the first. Yeah. Does that make sense to you? This part's actually easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because all we have to do is like after you go through your anonymous students assignment and you look at your anonymous students assessment test,
Mm-hmm.
all you have to do is measure their assessment with these 5 psychometric criteria right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we did earlier on in the semester, do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all 5 of these are going to be in our textbook.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to start with reliability. Okay. The book to the chapter that discusses the 5 psychometric criteria.
Mm-hmm.
Start with reliability. Okay. Look at reliability in that chapter just to get a refresher of what it means. Because remember, there's going to be like a little table with bullet points that discuss the different details of reliability.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go through the different details and you want to pick the ones or the one that that is most appropriate to the assessment that your anonymous student
Mm-hmm.
has. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not all going to be appropriate. There's going to be like a list, like a bunch of bullet points, but they're not all going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need to go down the list, decide, okay, which one works with my anonymous students assessment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need to go down the list, pick and choose which ones work, which ones don't. Sometimes it's just going to be one bullet point that works. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to find the one that works. And then after you find the one that works, rate it from 1 to 5. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I believe that after you rate it, you also want to explain why you rated it the way you did.
Okay, yes.
And then, so you do that for each one of these.
Yes.
And then once again, for letter C, it says, as we did with the first assignment. So I'm wondering if John Armour wants us to also include that table, the chart.
Oh yeah, the table.
Yeah, do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that table. Yeah.
Yeah, the table chart that we included in our assignment. For the first assignment that we did in this class.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should contact him and ask him if that's
for that part too. But if we need that to include it at the end of this part. Okay.
exactly the way that we did the first assignment. Remember?
Yeah, we had the chart at the end.
Yeah, we assessed all 5 first, and then at the end. Okay.
Yes.
And then letter D, what changes would you make for the next use of this lesson assessment? So if you think you could improve anything about it, what would you improve? That's letter D. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So that part makes sense.
Yeah, that.
But there are other things here. First of all, bullet point A and B. We gotta contact John. We need to ask what's the difference between those two.
Okay. Yeah.
And then after that, we need to ask him if he wants us to include the chart at the end.
Yes. Okay.
Just like we did first.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Does this make sense? Okay. Okay. Let's continue on now to the paragraph that says second. Okay. Go ahead and read that out loud.
Second, as soon as you receive your classmate's project, begin your peer assessment of your classmate's project. The second deliverable is a 1 or 2 page single-spaced assessment of the following.
Why is it twice?
1 for yourself, 1 for your classmate.
Oh.
Just 1 for your classmate.
Oh, duh. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Second, as soon as you received the classmate's project, the second deliverable is a 2-page single-spaced assessment. Second, as soon as you have received classmate's project, begin peer assessment. Classmate's project. The second deliverable is a 1 or 2 page single-spaced assessment following.
Yes.
Scroll up to the part where we are assessing ourselves first. First, as soon as you have completed the project, you are free to begin self-assessment. The first is a 2-page single-spaced assessment. So this whole thing needs to be single-spaced.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's scroll back down to second part.
Okay.
Assessment. Gee, this is actually more depth. All right, let's see. Okay, so it's pretty much all the same thing. Let me see.
It's similar wording for the first two, it seems like.
Right. How well did the assessment measure the accomplishment of stated objectives? How well did the assessment fulfill the purpose that was initially? How well did the assessment measure the accomplishment of stated objectives? How well did the assessment fulfill the purpose that was initially defined? Okay, yeah, once again, contact you about those two. They still don't make any sense to me. And then once again, just like in the self-assessment, they ask John Armour if to provide that table for the peer assessment as well.
Yes.
D, what changes would you suggest to increase reliability, practicality, and authenticity for the next TESL assessment? Okay, so what you could do is what I would do is you see these bullet points for the self-assessment and peer assessment?
Yes.
I would highlight all these bullet points, starting with letter A, and just click and drag all the way down to D. Just highlight everything, and then copy and paste it onto your Word or Google Doc. Do that for both.
Yes.
The self-assessment bullet points, and for the peer assessment bullet points. Make sure that the self-assessment is first, and peer assessment bullet points are after.
Yes.
Down below. And so you have those in your paper right in front of you, right in front of your eyes. So you know exactly what you need to work on. So, like for example, letter A, how well did the assessment measure the accomplishment of stated objectives? Okay, so you start answering the question, and if you type to answer that question, make sure that it goes directly underneath that bullet.
Yes.
So on and so forth for each and every one of those bullet points, and for each of the psychometric criteria. Okay, you type underneath 6, reliability, type underneath that, so on and so forth. And then once you're done, once you've completely answered and addressed each and every one of those bullet points, don't forget to delete those bullet points.
Yes.
Should be it. Let me see. Okay, go ahead and read this final paragraph right here on the bottom.
Okay.
I think it's the last.
Yeah. Okay. Post your self-assessment in term project part 5. Self-review and peer assessment in term project part 5. Peer reviews assignment folders under the assignment tab on D2L, and do not include your name on either document.
Post your self-assessment in term project 5, self-review and the peer assessment in term project part 5, peer review. Assignment folders under the assignments tab. Do not include your name. Okay, so there are going to be 2 submission folders.
Yeah.
One is going to be called Term Project Part 5 Self-Review.
Yes.
And the second one is going to be called Term Project Part 5 Peer Review. So that changes things. Because you remember how before I said that you should copy the bullet points for the self-review and the peer review and put them on the same document?
Yes.
Okay. Don't listen to that.
Okay.
That was wrong. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to copy only the bullet points for the self-review. You want to paste that onto the document that you're working on.
Yes.
Just for your self-review.
You
want to complete it. And then once you're done with that, you submit that into the submission folder on our D2L class shell.
Yes.
It's called Term Project 5 Self-Review. Then you want to do the same thing for the next part of this assignment. You want to highlight the bullet points for the peer review. You want to paste that onto a separate document. And then you want to work on that. And after you're done with the peer review, you submit that one into the term project peer review. That's how you do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think so, yeah. It's just typing.
Tell me if you have any questions. Confused.
I think I'll kind of struggle with so-called doing the grading with the psychometric parts of the papers. That parts. I think it's those parts of the paper. I will struggle.
Do you
Yes.
Do you still have your assignment, the first assignment that we did for this class? We used 5 psychometrics.
I do have it. It's just
because what you should do is you should open that document really quick
and
review it. Look at how you did it. And that should remind you how this is done. So what you could even do is you can go into the D2L shell.
Yes.
And you can find the instructions sheet for that first assignment.
Yes.
And look at how John Armour wanted us to do that.
Okay.
Basically, all we need to do is follow those instructions for this. It looks like we're going to do it twice.
Yes. And just not sure if we need the chart at the end of the paper.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do, and you should do it also, is contact John Armour.
Yes.
And ask, okay, first, number one, what's the difference between bullet point A and bullet point B? Because the wording is very similar.
Yes.
I'm sure it's confusing to you.
Yeah.
Then the second question should be, should we include the table chart that we included at the end of our psychometric criteria evaluation? So we should do that for self-assessment and peer assessments.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Those questions about that.
Yeah. You should send him an email asking those questions, and I'm gonna ask it myself too.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, Andy, do you have an idea of what we need to do?
Yeah, it's just answering the questions based on my people.
Yeah, exactly. This is all stuff that we've pretty much done so far.
Yes.
Class, it's all familiar at this point. It just looks like a lot of busy work. You just gotta sit down and dedicate time to get it done. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Yes.
All right, Mandy. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Then I think that should be good for today.
Okay. All right, Mandy. Well, in that case, good luck, and feel free to meet with me again.
Yeah. Okay.
In the future with to help you with anything else. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Mandy. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you. Bye bye.